This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32, verse 39. See now that I, even I, am He, and there is no power with me. I kill, and I make alive. I wound, and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. Kalalal Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders who rule at Great Millstone. A blessed salutation to the Akiums in the four corners of the earth, pushing the gospel in sincerity and truth. Shalom. This is Brother Yahweh. We come now lesson 35, the Bayat Dawada. The 144,001 men and children, Israelites that scatter among these heathens. We look at these heathens, you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indian. You are God's chosen people. This article from the Bahamas press was sent to me by the brother in Bahamas, the brother Taza One. He was talking this morning, he sent me this article. So I just want to do a quick lesson, 35 by Dawada. Right? And the Most High being killing you Israelites in large numbers. You understand? For being disobedient. And still, Esau propaganda machine still not giving you the correct count. So these counts that we getting coming from men on the ground. You understand? Right? It's mass burial of person reported missing on Abaco have begun. Right? He said on Abaco, the recovery of bodies that were left in the heat of more than 8 days have begun. Thousands of corpses are being buried. Thousands. You understand? But the news Esau propaganda machine, right, and the leaders, in Bahamas, they keep telling you that the count is only about 43, around 44, 43 deaths, which is impossible. You understand? Which is impossible. You understand? Right? So read this again. This is Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 39. See now that I, which is the Most High, even I am He, which is the Most High. He is, He exists. Right? Yahweh. And there is no God with me, no power. There is no other power beside Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai. Right? I kill, the Most High kill. So when you see people die, it's the Most High kill them. Regardless however they die, the Most High kill them. He said, and I make alive. So if the Most High save your life from an accident or from an illness, or you come into this world, the Most High is who make alive. The Most High is who give life. You understand? I wound, I heal. Neither is the Most High say you wound. So if you be plagued with diseases, the Most High is who wound you. And when you get healed, is the Most High heal you. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. Right? You understand? So the Most High being killing you Jakes in large number. And in these last days, the Most High going to kill 2/3 of his people, which is 66.6%. They're going to be billions of Israelites going to die in these last days. Right? Because they're stiff-necked and they don't want to hear. They don't want to turn back to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Right? He said a truck was loaded with the remains of residents on Abaco that were being recovered today and taken to bury in mass grave in Abaco today. Right? He said the bodies were scattered all along the corridor of the community affected by Hurricane Dorian, which made landfall last week, packing wind of over 185 miles per hour. Many of the remains collected in this photo were of the Haitian national, which is the Levites today, known as the Levites, right? You are Israelites, you so-called Haitians, you are from the tribe of Levite, right? They are up in the Obia, voodoo, whatever you call it, the wickedness, right? He said the bodies were placed in body. He said the bodies were placed in body bags without any funeral service. The commissioner of police has advised anyone unable to find their loved ones to file a missing person report. Commissioner of Police Anthony Ferguson in a statement yesterday confirmed the body count to 43. You see, to 43. However, according to the clinician, that number in Abaco along is about 3,000 following the deadly storm. You see, so these people in high society, they're hiding. They hide in this count. On the ground gonna give you a rough average because they're on the ground. And don't believe he's a propaganda machine. He been lying to the people from since day one. He been lying to the people. All right, let me get this in let me get this quick is the word. This is Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse and this is why you Israelites need to repent. You Israelites in Bahamas, you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, you can't say they hear the word of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua come across this video on YouTube, or you can't say they walk past the brothers them in Bahamas. Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 58. And if thou wilt not observe to do all the words of this law that are written in this book, that thou mayest fear the glorious and fearful name, the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushua thy God. Right? He said, then the Lord will make thy plagues wonderful, and the plagues of thy seed, even great plagues, and long continuance, and sore sickness, and long continuance. Let me jump down to verse 62. Right? He said, and he shall be left few in numbers, whereas he were as the star of heaven for a multitude, because thou wouldest not obey the voice of the Lord Yahweh thy God. You understand? So, the children of Israel, you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, you was as the star of heaven. Right? You can't come the stars of heaven. The Most High said the children of Israel like the sand of the beach. You understand? So the Most High said, because they don't want to hear me, you're going to be left few in numbers. You understand? You're going to be left few in numbers because you don't want to hear. Let me get this in Baruch chapter 2. I think is let me see, Baruch chapter 2. Baruch chapter 2 verse 29. If he will not hear my voice, which is the prophet, the Most High voice is his prophets, saying is the one in is Hosea 12 and 10, right? Right, the Most High voice is his prophets, right? You understand? And the Most High prophets scattered throughout the earth, prophesying to you Israelites, telling you to repent and turn back to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Right? It's Baruch chapter 2 verse 29. If he will not hear my voice, surely this great multitude shall be torn into a small number among the nation, where I will scatter them. So we were scattered because of our wickedness, for forsaking the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. And the Most High said we're going to be left few in numbers. And in these last days, the Most High going to kill 2/3 of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indian, which is 66.6%, which is going to be billions of Israel going to die. Right? And the Most High going to save 1/3 of Israel. And the 1/3, the 2/3 going to come back through the 1/3. Right? You understand? Let me get this next article. Alright, let me get this next article. It said, this is from the same Bahamas press. Right? They say Hurricane Dorian victim could climb beyond 3,000. Could climb beyond 3,000 in Abacoop along GB hundreds. Right? Which is Grand Bahamas. Right? He said government have left the damage untouched, and bodies littered in community across the island in Abacoop and Grand Bahama. New outline established for the missing. Right? He said observe on the ground are now telling Bahamas press that over 3,000 residents on Grand Bahama and Abacoop could be confirmed dead in the aftermath of Hurricane Dorian. He said the number are staggering, just as Minister of Health Dr. Dwayne Sun suggested last week. The government, though, continue to confirm the number to be a mere 43 confirmed victims in one of the deadliest disasters on record in Bahamas. That number is far much higher. You see, the government, they keep lying to the people. You understand? They're being lying. So these government, these prime minister, president, these government minister, they are all gonna be found liars. You understand? This shocking report by agency on the ground proved that the menace administration had led the worst and most chaotic management of a national of a natural disaster ever in the history of Bahamas. A mammoth task indeed for the sitting director of NEMA, Captain Stephen Russell, who had to welcome a architect of NEMA, Carl Smith, out of retirement, which began only a few weeks ago. Sources inside NEMA tell us the guidelines left in place for the management of natural disaster were never followed, and the results are staggering indeed. Thousands dead, airborne disease, no proper sanitation, a monk of garbage litter in the street of two major cities in the Bahamas, and garbage infestation could only breed the trouble of serious health consequences of residents in affected area. But who is going to take charge, right? This is how they're going to read on that. So the government, they keep lying. They keep lying to the people. Wherever they're hiding. But the Most High being destroy you Israelites in large numbers, right? So let me get this next one here. This is right. This is Numbers, right? And this is when the rebellion against Moses and Aaron with Korah and his congregation, right? His followers. Let me get this in Numbers chapter 16, right? And I'm gonna read from 41 to 50. Right, Numbers chapter 16, verse 41. Right, he said, "But on the morrow, all the congregation of the children of Israel murmur against Moses and against Aaron, saying, He hath killed the people of the Lord." And this is when the Lord killed, Korah and his household, and them was following him. Verse when the Lord opened when the Lord opened up the earth and swallowed them, right? Numbers chapter 16, verse 42. "And it came to pass, when the congregation was gathered against Moses and against Aaron, that they looked towards the tabernacle of the congregation, and behold, the cloud covered it with chariots, and the glory of the Lord Yahweh appeared." Verse 43. "And Moses and Aaron came before the tabernacle of the congregation, and the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Get thee up from among this congregation, that I may consume them as in a moment. And they fell upon their face." So, the Most High, see all these rebellious Israelites, who's speaking against the apostles, who's speaking against the men that doing the work of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, who stand up for the nation, who's speaking against the evil that done towards our people, and speaking against all the abomination, all the wickedness in this earth. You Israelites speaking against the Most High. The Most High got destruction for y'all. You Israelites who want to worship all these idols, you want to take part in all these worldly pagan custom. You understand? The Most High gonna destroy y'all. Right? Right. So verse 46. "And Moses said unto Aaron, Take a censer and put fire therein from off the altar, and put on incense, and go quickly unto the congregation, and make an atonement for them, for there is wrath gone out from the Lord. The plague is begun." And Aaron took as Moses commanded, and run into the midst of the congregation, and behold, the plague was begun among the people, and he put the incense and made an atonement for the people. Verse 48, and he stood between the dead and the living, and the plagues were stayed. Verse 49, now they that died in the plague were 14,700 beside them that died about the matter of Korah. You understand? So the Most High being killing you Israelites in a large number for being disobedient. Right? This is nothing new. And it can just get worse. Right? It can get worse. Right? Let me get one more. Right? This is 2 Samuel. This is why y'all gotta repent. You understand? Repent and turn back to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. 2 Samuel chapter 24. And this is when King David numbered Israel. God the Most High was angry, and the Most High moved David to number Israel, which is as transgression, which is not supposed to number Israel. And you either might gonna pay because you try your best to number Israel with all these different ID card, passport, driver's license, national security number, national social security number, Salakio. The devil's got a lot to pay for. Right, this is 2 Samuel chapter 24 verse 1. And again the anger of the Lord was kindled against Israel, and he moved David against them to say, go and number Israel and Judah. Right, let me jump down to verse 42. Right, go to verse 42. Let me Salakia, verse 42, Salakia. Let me jump down to verse 10. Salakia. Right, verse 10. Right, he said, and David heart smote him after he had numbered the people. And David said unto the Lord, I have sinned greatly in that I have done, and now beseech thee, O Lord, take away the iniquity of thy servant, for I have done very foolishly. Verse 11, for when David was up in the morning, the word of the Lord came unto the prophet Gad, David's seer, saying, go and say unto David, thus said the Lord, I offer thee 3 things, choose thee one of them, that I may do it unto thee. So God came to David and told him, and said unto him, shall 7 years of famine come unto thee in thy land, or wilt thou flee 3 months before thine enemy? While they pursue thee, or that there be 3 days pestilent in thy land? Now advise, and see what answer I shall return to him that sent me. And David said unto God, I am in great strait. Let us fall now into the hands of the Lord, for his mercy are great, and let me not fall into the hands of man. So the Lord sent pestilence upon Israel from the morning even to the time appointed, and there died of the people from Dan even to Beersheba 70,000 men. You understand? So the Most High was angry against Jacob because they were being wicked. They were doing wickedly. So the Most High moved David to number them so he could bring judgment upon them. You understand? And this we Israel need to do. You need to repent. You need to repent. You understand? You need to repent. Right? And turn away from these idols, turn away from the ways of society. You understand? We're going to see more of this. We're going to see a lot more of this. This is just a scratch of the surface. This is the beginning of sorrow, as they say in Matthew 24. Right? This is the beginning of sorrow. We're going to see more. And this is a scourge. You understand? This is a scourge that the Most High sent for amend your ways, you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indian. This is a whip. The Most High used Hurricane Dorian as a whip to scourge you, Israelite, to turn away from those idol worship, turn away from these religion that you follow, turn away from these Roman pagan custom that you follow. They go back even quite to the Babylonians. All these custom, Easter, Christmas. Easter go back to worshiping what? Nimrod, Semiramis, and Tammuz. Just like Christmas, they go back to worship of Nimrod. Stay away from these things. You understand? Right? Easter, hunting for bunny, hunting for egg, rabbit egg. You're going back to worship Tammuz. He was a lover of rabbit. You understand? Eating ham on Easter Sunday. Why you eat ham? Because a wild pig killed Tammuz. You understand? So you gotta stay from these ancient Babylonian custom and turn back to Yahweh Hashem, Yahushua, law, statutes, and commandments to your best ability. You understand? Because or else you're gonna perish. So the Most High being taking out jakes in large number. So repent, you Israelite. And with that, Thomas Lesson is Edification. I want to give him praises and honor and glory to Yahweh Hashem, Yahushua, Hashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders who rule at a great milestone. And a blessed salutation to the Akim worldwide who pushing the gospel in sincerity and truth. Shalom to the Lord's elect. Shalom.